Hello everyone, it's Kyleestudios. Welcome to Show and Tell. And today, I will be giving you freshmen some tips for high school as a upcoming senior. Okay? First tip, I need you to actually be focused on your grades. Maybe in middle school you were fooling around, maybe you were like, oh, grades aren't that serious. But in high school, if you are planning to go to college, focus on your grades, babe. You don't need to like have straight A's, be top of the class every single time. You don't need that. You just need to have, I would go for A. I want you to aim for A, but just go for an average of a B. Just aim for that B, and so your GPA will not be messed up by the time it's time for college, because GPAs are not that important, but you do not want to have a super duper low GPA and be like, oh, how am I gonna wait? You're gonna be like, wait, why is my GPA so low? And it turns out because freshman year you failed 3 classes and you had to do summer school, and yeah, that messed you up. Don't listen, just take the grades seriously. Grades come first, always, okay? Now I'm gonna get into a little bit more. As for the things you do after school, that is also important, because you might want to join some extracurricular activities. So if you were in middle school, well, you probably were in middle school. If you're watching this video, you just came from middle school. Anyway, if you just came from middle school, you probably experimented with different extracurricular activities. If you didn't, now's the perfect time. And you might be thinking, no, it's too late. I'm already in high school. I should have tried when I was in the 7th grade. No, it does not matter. Start now, because freshman year is like the experimental year. Like, you can do the most you ever want to, especially like your underclassmen. You can experiment these first 2 years, and then by the time you're junior or senior, you just need to be solidified in the things you're solidified in, okay? So I would say experiment with different clubs you can join, different extracurriculars. See if you can start volunteering. I would highly recommend starting volunteering freshman year, because you'll have a whole bunch of volunteering hours by the time you are a senior. Did I volunteer my freshman year? I believe I did. I was volunteering my freshman year, and I think it's done nothing but help me, like, especially with going out and being a bit more sociable. And speaking of being sociable, I want you to join some clubs. So once you join some clubs, you can figure out, okay, what am I interested in? What do I like? Like, this can, even if you're not a person who's trying to go to college, this can help you figure out, okay, what type of jobs do I work best in? Because you're in you're in different environments. Maybe you want to practice with a FFA club, a FBLA club. Maybe you're in theater. Maybe you're a part of student government. You're going to just experiment and see where you feel like you fit best. And you don't have to fit in immediately. You be like, oh, say you audition to be on the dance team, and you're like, oh, this is not meant for me. Then get off the dance team. If you're gonna try out for track, go ahead and try out for track. If you're running and you huffing and puffing, you like, this ain't it. Go try softball. Just experiment. Now is the time. Like, do not put too much pressure on yourself, because the freshman work is not that hard. It's not that hard. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not extremely challenging. It's more of like being in the environment of high school that's different from middle school. But experiment. Speaking of sports, go to different sporting events, whether that be a cross-country game, whether that be a football game, a basketball game, a softball game, a baseball game, a track meet. Go to different sporting events or events that's being held at your school, or offer to volunteer or be, offer to volunteer at these different events, because it's gonna make you more sociable. Now, me personally, I can give the advice, but I ain't taking it. Listen, me and my personal experiences, I have not gone to a sporting event like outside of the sport that I do for my own entertainment. I have not done that. But listen, you are not me. I am not you. You are going to go out to these events so you can just get you really want to feel that freshman vibe and be like, oh my gosh, I'm the youngest here. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so cool. Like, get all your freshman energy, like, just emit it out into the atmosphere. I need you to, because this will be extremely nostalgic for you by the time you're a senior. Something else is, this is more of like when you're towards the end of the year and you're transitioning into sophomore. I'm gonna give you this advice. Sophomore year, that whole like, oh, school ain't that hard, like I can get my stuff done. No, that's gonna change. It's gonna get really difficult, because typically your sophomore year you take biology. Take that seriously. Biology is no joke. Biology is no joke. And especially if you're like taking an AP class, baby. First off, if you're taking any AP classes, forget everything I said about this being easy. It's gonna be a bit difficult. So you definitely want to manage your workload. That is the advice. Manage your workload. And as a final bonus tip, I don't have that many tips, y'all. I want you to start looking at some colleges that you may or may not go to. I want you to just start thinking about it. Be like, oh, do I want to go to college? Do I want to enter the workforce? Do I want to go to community college? Like, just figure out what you want to do, so you can like basically pave the rest of your high school career for whatever you plan on doing after high school. Say you want to be an engineer, but you don't want to go to college. You can literally just start doing like engineering stuff within your school, so you can go ahead and start getting that experience before you actually go out into the workforce. You know, it's just different things like that. I'm going to talk about things I would tell my freshman self. First off, I would tell her not to stress out so much. It's never that serious. Just calm down. You can get the work done. Just take your time. And then also I would tell her to be like, talk more. I want her to like just speak to people more, be more sociable. It's never that serious. If it is that serious, especially with grades and stuff, that's serious. If it ever gets really serious and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm falling behind in all my classes, I'm trying my hardest, but it's not working, I need you to reach out to those teachers, ask for tutoring, ask for it, because you really do need it. And last year, my junior year, I actually got a tutor, and it helped me a lot with my math class, and it made me pass with an A. So y'all, just do everything in your power to get what you want. Yeah, do everything in your power to get what you want. Like, nothing crazy like, oh, I'm gonna go cheat, I'm gonna use ChatGPT. No, babe, don't do that. Let's not do that. Ooh. Do not cheat. But like, do everything that you can and use all the opportunities around you. Sometimes it's easy to think about everything your school doesn't have, or what other people, other schools, other things, be like, oh, they get this, oh, they get that. Don't worry about that. Think about what's around you and what you can use, and how you can use that to your own advantage. Or maybe it's something different. Maybe you notice like your school doesn't have this or that, and you're gonna open that gap by starting a club, starting this. Like, I would just say experiment. This is like the leisure time of high school. Your underclassmen, it's never that serious. It's a little bit more serious sophomore year, but that's pretty chill on this. If anything, you're gonna deal with a lot of stuff sophomore year. It's gonna be very social, more than academic. For me, it was academic, but it might be a little bit more social for sophomore year. But yeah, y'all, that's everything I can attest to as a rising college. Oh, well, that is happening soon. But like I was saying, that's everything I can attest to as a rising senior. If you enjoyed this video, first off, I'm gonna need you to like it. Second off, I'm gonna need you to comment this emoji down below if you made it this far. Third off, I need you to go ahead and look at my back to school playlist. Yes, I'm posting a whole bunch of back to school content, and even after back to school, I'm posting senior year content for you to consume. And then also, I am also posting videos about my college experience once that time rolls around. It hasn't started yet now. It is not started yet, but I'm just letting you know so you can know what the vibe is, what's going on with this Chan. I do book videos sometimes. I do little vlogs here and there. If you like any of that, go ahead and subscribe, vibes. But besides that, y'all, that's the end of today's video. Bye.